No paychecks, no service, and no making it to your destination with ease. The Federal Aviation Administration ordering massive cuts as a temporary way to address the large number of air traffic control shortages throughout the country. FAA officials say the government shutdown has forced airport workers to moonlight and get secondary jobs to offset their not getting paid by the airports.
Our air traffic controllers and a lot of those who work at DOT, but throughout government, they haven't received paychecks. And many of these employees, they're the head of household. They have their spouse at home. They have a child or two or three. And when they lose income, they are confronted with real world difficulties in how they pay their bills. And so for air traffic controllers, they received a partial payment in early October. The second payment, they got a big fat zero, no paycheck at all. Tomorrow, they get a pay stub email on what their next paycheck is going to be. And when that pay stub comes out, that is also going to be zero. So they will have gone a month without any pay. And what we're finding is that our air traffic controllers, because of the financial pressures at home, are taking side jobs. They need to put food on the table, gas in the car, pay their bills.
Nearly 800 U.S. flights were canceled on Friday. The cancellations impacted about 40 airports in major U.S. cities like New York, Boston, Washington, and Atlanta. At the FAA's demand, the flight cuts will increase to 10% over the next week. And the Department of Transportation warns the cuts could get worse as we head into the holiday season. As a result, commercial airlines are trying to be proactive by restructuring their flight schedules across the board. The current staffing shortages, cancellations, and cuts are added problems for an already embattled FAA and the airports they oversee. But officials are hoping this new comprehensive plan will take flight with airport workers and provide some relief throughout the industry.
We have seen staffing pressures throughout our airspace. Those who travel will see that we've had more delays. We've had more cancellations. We do not want to see disruptions at the FAA or here at DOT. We don't want that. But our number one priority is to make sure when you travel safely.
The Department of Transportation said, quote, since the start of the shutdown, there's been an increase in staffing triggers at air traffic facilities across the country, resulting in increased reports of strain on the system from both pilots and air traffic controllers. FAA officials say that type of strain could impact air travel safety. They say the cuts and cancellations are meant to ease that. And while this is what he hopes will be a quick fix in the short term, the FAA is also thinking long-term, offering incentives to seasoned air traffic controllers, like asking some to consider putting off retirement and stay on the job a few years longer, with the hope the FAA can attract and train new people to the industry. But all that takes time.
I've also offered air traffic controllers who are of the age of retirement a 20% upfront cash bonus to actually stay on. Some of the best controllers we have don't retire, keep working for us. All of that has been reducing the pressure on the staffing side of air traffic control. It's working, but it takes years to bring more well-trained certified controllers into the airspace.
For travelers, it could mean a massive inconvenience going forward, with a lot of waiting. Travelers waiting for their flights, and the FAA and airline industry waiting for the government to reopen. Shawn Cunningham, yourNEWS Network, Maine.